the double Olympic gold medalist, Caster Semenya, is in studio. Oh, and we are just so thrilled. Caster, I want us to take it a bit back to that first gold that you received in London at the Olympic Games. Would it be safe to say that was your biggest career highlight in terms of what you've done on the track?
I think what I can say, the highlight of my career, it will be, I think, the beginning, of me. Mm-hmm. I mean, without Berlin, I'm nobody. So I think if you have to acknowledge, we have to take it back to my first, world title. 4 weeks, before, Rio, I had a blocked ankle, and I had to sit with my team to decide if we call it a quits or we carry on. And I was like, no, I'm going to continue on doing this thing. It's either I do it or not. And then if I break the leg, then I'll break it with my gold. So, I mean, you gotta have to be crazy, to be the greatest.
All right. So, Caster, before we now get into all the exciting work that you are doing now, I think for a lot of people, they want to know, where are you now in this fight with world athletics at the moment, and just your participation in the longer distances?
I mean, it's no longer about me, fighting world athletics. They are small boys. Here we're talking about real business. We appeared last year at Human Rights Court in Strasbourg. Obviously, we're still waiting for, a verdict. 21 judges, it must be challenging, because if they failed to protect athletes, and we have to put human rights first. And obviously the Swiss as well, which is they were unsure of what they were doing. They didn't know what they were doing. I mean, it must be difficult, for the judges to, try to figure it out. How are we going to deal with this one? Because remember, it was, I won,
yes,
with 1 point, against, the Swiss. So, I mean, we positive about it. We are in good space. Mm-hmm. But I think for me, what I'm happy about is about, raising awareness to, to see the lack of quality that we have, in our leaders, in organizations, in terms of putting athletes first, but just putting themselves. It raises a concern in terms of, what we're doing. But I mean, I'm happy. Things are moving. People are aware of what is happening. For me, it's just was more of making sure that I'm heard, and then my voice has been heard. So I'm victorious when it comes to that. Autonomy has been a major blow in terms of what policies have been made, because they've allowed federations to take matters in their own hands in terms of regulating athletes. And one last thing that disappointed me the most about the male encounters. Why is it necessary for men to think it's important to regulate women's body? So that's totally pisses me off, and it makes them look weak, to be honest. Because if in Olympics, charter, when you talk about we allowing women, about equality, fair, open, field, then you still come and say women are not enough, because women is bold, they have a deep voice, they're masculine, their genetic becomes a problem in terms of dominating sports. You gotta be sick in your mind. So go fix yourself and allow women, compete how they are. That's my opinion.
Oh, I love that. And I'm just listening to Caster and thinking you should be taking up a leadership role, in these international organizations. And I hope it's something that's going to be happening very soon, because you've also now transitioned from athlete to coach the Masai Athletic Club. And you were just saying that it is called Masai because of Isthakazelo. And
Yes.
I'm just trying to think, what is Thakazelo in English?
clan.
Caster. The clan name. Yes, there we go.
I'm not English, but I'm trying.
There we go. Let's talk about how big it is, because quite a number of your athletes are also doing well in terms of Abu Glen Rose Xaba and the likes. Yeah.
No, I mean, the work that we do, you have to understand, for me as an African, I have to embrace, my ancestors. So, I mean, at the club, Masai Athletics, comes from, Masai, some Masai Semenya. So that's what we do. I mean, working, with athletes like this, I think is about giving back. When you're passionate about, sports, about changing lives, I think that's what fulfills us. Me and Violet, we are a good duo. Yes.
Your partner, yes.
Of course, my spouse,
yes.
my partner. So, I mean, we're doing quite great. There is Caster Semenya Foundation, but underneath we have Masai Athletics. But then that's the pillar. But underneath we have youth development, and then obviously women empowerment, program where it, caters, the likes of Kaba, Tshwane, Mailula, More, those are karabos that we talk about.
Yes.
And then obviously we it's about, gender equality. I also have, men, under the, the program. Violet is doing quite well in terms of coordinating, the program. She's killing it. But I mean, we have over 200 athletes. That's where we spotlight the athletes. We make sure that, we stay unbeatable. That's our motto. And I love that because it resonates with my life, where we look at where these kids are coming from, deep in the rural. We create opportunities for them. It's more about education and access into sports, making sure that we get them, into training. We get them into competition. We make sure that they eat. We make sure that, they wear. We make sure that, they get proper, training, principles of life, financial literacy, mental health, plays a vital role. Most of these girls, and boys are vulnerable. So we want to create a home for them to say, look, we see you, we feel you, we're going to give you some love.
Oh, I love it. I love it. And of course, if people are not aware, Caster does have a memoir, a book, Race to Be Myself. How's that going as we wrap things up?
I mean, the memoir is doing well. It's across, 3 continents, obviously. We Africa, we are in the UK, and then we are in the US. And it's doing quite well. The reviews are fantabulous. And when we transitioned, as well into Young Readers Edition, which is in the US and in the UK, but we're trying to get it more into, South Africa, to make sure that, these young kids, they get to understand what it means to be a hard worker, to be a soldier, and trying to build one human. And to the rest of the world, I'm alive.
Yes, alive, kicking. It's been such an honor having you here in studio. I know the last time you were here was years ago. So we're so happy that even with how busy your schedule is, being all over the world is Caster, you still made time to come in studio for the 5 Breakfast team.
Well, thank you guys. Thank you for having me.
Huge
I really
pleasure.
appreciate it. Thank you.
The great Caster Semenya.